Okay, folks, welcome to WP-Tonic, the WordPress show. And this is episode 91. Hey, Jonathan, just Jonathan and me. Hey, Jonathan.
Hello there, Bill, the wizard.
So for today's show, we're going to really build on a show that we did for the Real Estate Agent Podcast Netcast show, which is Netcast Podcast. It was about using Facebook and the pixel to really get lead generation. But that really fits into WordPress, Facebook, and the funnel and what we've been talking about for this last month. And it's not that tough if you dig into it. The WordPress, let's go back and first of all talk about what we know about Facebook, and then we'll show how it can talk into WordPress. And it really fits in because we're talking about the pixel, which you can get off Facebook. You don't need to hire anybody to do that. You can just do it yourself and then buy the advertisement. You can get the pixel right off of Facebook on their show. We're going to talk about how you do that. Put it on your header and then pay Facebook just a little bit of money to test it and see some amazing things. What do you think?
Yes and no.
So you don't think I think you and I can figure it out without hiring anybody.
The initial, the mechanics of actually getting the pixel on your website and getting it to track people that come to your website from Facebook and then track them after when they go back to Facebook can be a little bit difficult, but it's not the real difficult part of it, Bill. If you understand.
Yeah, I agree. It's not the real difficult part of it. It's not as difficult as it sounds.
The difficult bit is getting interaction with your adverts and also setting up a funnel, a landing page, the other elements that we've discussed during the month. And converting those people into some action, Bill.
Right. It's the funnel. It's building the funnel. And that is an art. So let's go over this real fast. Let's say you're targeting people in an area. You can target in Facebook. You can target a lot of different ways. If you know their email, if you know their phone number, if you know where they physically live, you can target that person if they're using any of those elements on their Facebook, and they will get your ad if you put it in there. Yeah,
that's called a custom list. There's my mind is going semi-blank here, folks, but bear with me. There's what the beauty of Facebook is that they offer a number of different methodologies to target your adverts on Facebook, much more than any other medium on the internet, and I include Google AdWords and some of the other mediums. You can do it by interest, by the websites that people are following, the Facebook pages people are following. You can do it by zip code. There's a number of methodologies that Facebook offer to target your adverts to.
Well, let me take a step back real fast. I was just talking overall, the big world picture of some of the steps you have to do. Now, let me line up these steps and see if we're catching them all, and you can fill back in. The first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to create a Facebook business page, which is very easy to do. So if you have a business, create your Facebook business page. Now, I'm not sure, do you need a physical address for that? I don't think you can use your home, but to create a Facebook business page, you have to do that. No, yes. You don't need, excuse me, disregard what I'm thinking Google on the brain. You don't need a physical address to create a Facebook business page. You just create one. Yeah. You need the business page to get a newsfeed ads. So to do a business page, now you can do newsfeed ads, which you have. Now they have something called Boost. Boost, I think, is a waste of money. But what you do need is you need to get over 30 likes on that page so you can get some analytics. So you need to like, and maybe, and there's some art to liking too, but I'm not sure about the art of liking. So don't boost the page. Now you go through the ad manager to create your ad. So with the ad manager, you can create your ad. They got some good examples in there if you just dig into it. And then the bottom line is from your ad, you need to send them to your website or your landing page or wherever you're going to try conversion. Now, I think that's where you're talking about the technical side of conversion. Conversion is where it gets tougher.
Not quite.
Conversion will do something.
Can you?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Obviously, there's art in your Facebook advert as well. Obviously, you've got to play around about how you utilize this micro management that Facebook offers about who who you're going to retarget. And it's probably best to do some primitive A to B testing if you can afford it. If you've got $20 and you try your advert for different groups that you can identify in Facebook. So that's a good way to, try that out for a couple of months, aiming at different of the subsections that Facebook offers. But then the actual look of your advert and the look, the look of most people, and we're all guilty of this, Bill, tend to throw up a Facebook page pretty quickly. But the actual look of that page and the text that you're allowed in that banner background image, which is a key part of your Facebook page, is really important. And the layout of that page. So you need to get it all filled out with content and everything spot on, and spend a little bit of time on that. And you're only allowed, in the main background image, you're only allowed 20% of text. But actually, which drives people crazy, Bill, but actually Facebook provide a free tool, which I'm going to put into the chat right now, Bill, that helps you deal with this 20% rule of the text you can have on your your page. And I've just put it into the chat room.
My first attempts, I wasted money trying to target around Karen's. She has open houses. I wasted money not doing it. But you're right about the mechanics are not difficult. Dropping in the pixel, getting it to work, and then digging into the Facebook training.
Yeah, and for our listeners, we're recording this on Blab, so that's why I'm saying chat room and pointing the thing. Spending a bit of time on your actual Facebook page will actually help with conversion, even if your actual adverts is driving them to your website, to a landing page. Also, the other thing that Facebook introduced was a mechanism that allowed you to advertise even if you didn't have a website. Basically, they've trying to remember what it's called actually, but it's left me. They provide it's specifically aimed at mobile users of Facebook, and basically somebody on a smartphone isn't really, if they're sent to a website and they've got to fill in a form, they're probably not going to do it because they're on a smartphone. So they provided this technology that when they click the advert, Facebook fills all the details from when somebody set up a profile with the email they put in Facebook and their telephone, and they click it, and those details are then sent to you. So they purposely designed that for mobile, Bill.
Right, that mobile is 60% of where things are going to.
Yeah, so they got that. They got the carousel advert type. Basically, you can upload a gallery of images depending on the industry that you're in. If you're in an industry where you normally do take a lot of image, the carousel advert can be very effective. You upload a gallery and you put some text, and then people can swipe and they see a carousel of different images of the product or house or something like that. So they offer a varied different kind of formats. So get back on task, Bill. Sort out your Facebook page. Make it, think about your text on your main background image. You got this tool that Facebook provides. You got to have a Facebook page to actually do paid advertisement, but it's worthwhile spending
a business page.
You got to have
a Facebook page. People think that's my Facebook page, the business page.
Well, it's page and profile. Why I use the terminology page, Bill, is celebrities, artists, non-profits can also have a page. So it's not solely a business that can have a page, but the terminology is page and profile. Your profile, your profile wall, and your profile are you gotta have a profile. No, I'm not correcting that. They do change that, folks. I think now you can set up a page without a profile, but it's not recommended. It's recommended that you have a profile. The other thing is you can have different managers. If you set up a page, you can have various different managers that manage the page, where a profile, it only has one admin.
Right. I just dropped a link into Facebook pages, Learn Now, and set up a page. That's a really good link to back through. The Learn Now is very good. And there's so much to Facebook now. They're really trying to get into the commerce business, and they're competing against Google, of course. And those are the two big dogs right now. Hey, so I think about 8 minutes. Let's hit a break.
Yeah.
Then come back off the break, and we'll go into WordPress and what we can do with WordPress with the landing pages to get ready for Facebook to make that conversion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, coming back off the break. I probably should have put a longer pause. Let me pause for a second. Coming back off the break, we're going to go into the WordPress side of this to see how we can fit into Facebook with a pixel. Hey, let's start right away with dropping that pixel in your header. So you go over to Facebook. They're going to give you a real simple way to give you a pixel, and they're going to say you can send it to your developer coder, or you can if you know enough, or if you're using Genesis, you can go right into your header and just drop the first part into header. Now you've got your pixel there, and it's a way that Facebook will track when someone hits your page. They know you've been on your page, and it'll give you a report.
Yeah, there's also a number of plugins. If you haven't got access to the header and you're not happy, Bill's a big Genesis user, so I think it provides an area where you can plonk something code into the header area easy. Other themes are not quite so easy, and you literally have to download the header file, which a lot of people just won't want to do. But there are some plugins that will let you do that. I haven't utilized one for a while, and they do vary. Go to WordPress.org and have a look at the plugin depository and find one that's been actively supported, that's got a good write-up and is from a credible source, and try it. It used to be a little bit tricky actually getting it to work. I understand now it's a lot easier. So let's get back to the fundamentals. So your Facebook page needs to be sorted out. You need to get to your 30 users, and then you need to know how to use the Facebook advertisement manager. And like what Bill says, it's a little bit intimidating, but they're now providing a lot of educational materials, and you just have to spend a little bit of time with it.
First of all, this show is WordPress, and a lot of people who listen to it are professionals in WordPress already, because they're copying, they're trying to see what we're doing, so they know how to do this. So that can help them too. And our other clientele, other folks that listen, are the people who want to be or want to learn more about WordPress.
Well, they're business owners,
and they're business owners and seeing what they can do, and so they're going back and forth, and they're also talking to their developers about some of these ideas and why you bring me these ideas. So this is kind of a chat and feedback that we get. Yeah.
So we've got so how the next step? What kind of adverts are you going to run? I think set up a moderate budget. It will vary depending on the zip code and the area that you're advertising. One of the things is that Facebook looks at how much engagement you're getting on your Facebook page, and that even when you're paying, that will be an element on how many impressions they will show your advert to a wider audience, depending on the criterias that you've set up that we previously stated in this episode. So you can import a mail list. So they look at all that, and that will also be so if you've got a good track record with well thought out adverts, and you've got a great Facebook page, and you've got content that's going on there, and you also in engagement. I'm going a little bit. I just want to mention one thing that's a little bit off topic, Bill, but it's still linked to this. One of the things that you really got to understand that they bury it a little bit is Facebook has lists, just like Twitter has lists. and lists can be a really important thing in subdividing your audience, and especially with a page and profile. So folks, learn about Facebook lists, and that can help you. Get back on topic. So what advert you're going to place? Well, I think a good advert is to boost a post that you're putting on your page anyway. Work out with a few weeks which posts are getting most liked, most engagement. And then when you decide to do your advert, choose a post that's on a similar subject, then the one that got liked the most or got the most remarks or engagement. And then
Jonathan, let's take a step backward here. Are we talking about your WordPress post, or you're talking about Facebook?
Facebook, because it's what it's called, a Facebook post.
No, I'm just saying we're okay. Now let's talk about different business. Let's target this into different. You've got 3 or 4 different businesses. If let's say you have a WordPress agency, let's say you have a restaurant, and even real estate like we are. Let's specifically tie those in to what you would do. Let's talk about a WordPress agency. Let's say you're trying to make money online with a product or selling a product, and you have agencies. What would you do there? How can you? How would you start? First of all, you're doing posts. You're talking about something on WordPress, a new plugin, for example. I'm trying to find a plugin I built.
Well, you probably talk about, if you're a regional or a city-based WordPress agency, you probably talk about a client that you just worked with and the success they got and what were the key factors, or you would talk about your engagement.
Okay, okay, I'm talking about that. Now, how am I driving traffic to my site? And I'm trying to get their name, email, trying to turn them into clients.
Yeah. So first of all, you've got to work out what your audience wants to hear. And like I say, you test that. And then when you find the type of post that gets the most engagement, you set up a page that has similar content. That's your initial stage. And then you move forward. After you've built some traction, you probably go on to more of a looking for more of a kind of traditional funnel, where you've got either you're seeking to get their email address, or you're seeking them to actually purchase something, a service, a product. That's when you're probably going to have to set up a specific landing page on your website. And that's when you would look at the products that we've discussed at the beginning of the month: lead pages, fry themes, ClickFunnels, all the things that we discussed at the beginning of the month to set up that landing page. That's why all this, what we're discussing this month, links in, because just doing after you've done your boost posts through Facebook, got some analytics, got some feel for your audience, and then you do your traditional is probably not the right word, but your more kind of marketing special offer thing through Facebook. The quality of your landing pages is really going to be quite crucial when it comes to conversion, and conversion will be linked to the return, how much each advert impression through Facebook is actually going to cost you.
That was good. And that tied in everything that we've been talking about: lead pages, everything that you do. So basically, your lead page is your landing page, which it's just nice. Or you can
fry themes. Fry themes is a really good WordPress, or ClickFunnels. We've talked, there's an ClickFunnels is an external SaaS service, but it's a kind of upper competitor to lead pages,
right?
That has kind of developed by some hardcore online marketers. But I think the two that would appeal to the audience that we're dealing with is lead pages or fry themes. And we've had Shane on the podcast, and Shane and his team really understand online marketing, and Shane definitely understands conversion.
Now, hold that thought. We're going to take a break in a second. But one thing we were starting to talk about yesterday on the real estate show, which really could have fit on the WordPress, was the idea of using, if you want to, just your WordPress tools to collect those names and information. Like when I use a good form builder, will actually feed that in, and you can build like a landing page in one of your pages and just direct them right to the landing page on your WordPress site.
I think that's totally possible, and if you want to do that, but I
Especially
think
for like real estate locally, which you're not doing huge lists or smaller lists.
I personally would still advise people to look either at Fry themes or lead pages, because they've really spent a lot of time on their landing page templates and the wording, and you can adapt it and put your own word in.
It's
But they have spent a lot of time A and B testing those templates and spending a lot of time working out the level of conversion.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised, folks. Small changes in text size, changes in color scheme, changes really, what I mean by changes in color scheme, really minor changes can have a dramatic effect on this, the sign up rate, or, can be quite surprising, Bill.
So with that, let's go to a break. And we'll come back and tell you how we can get a hold of you and some of the things that you can do for us. And we'll finish up the show. And we'll open it up on the Blab side.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, we are back on the podcast. And first of all, Jonathan, how can the listener get a hold of you and what's your main product?
Well, it's WP-Tonic, surprisingly, Bill. And we're a national WordPress maintenance, security, backup, and do small jobs for our monthly clientele. So if you're looking for a quality WordPress support team that can do small changes, and you have the security of decent backup, decent security advice, we avoid you having to deal with unpleasant hacking situation, which can be a time sucker.
Yeah, very much so. And the other two, don't forget mail-right.com, which is very important. I'm trying to build out yourself and your backside. And that has to do with the real estate industry and other industries too. It's a pretty darn good SaaS platform you built there, Jonathan. There's some really good parts. And I was talking to the big guys at Zillow, and they actually liked your plugin this week. So they're impressed. They thought there's some potential there and liked it. Never seen anything quite like it. And now let me tell you about me. First, I'm Bill Conrad. Our primary source of income is two real estate companies, one in California, one in here. I've been doing backside media and development for a long time, traditional marketing with mail, politicians and other folks. We have a mail marketing company. Been playing with the WordPress platform for a couple of years now, and also tying it into podcasting. Had really good luck, folks. And we're working on some digital products and LMS, learning management systems now. And so where you can go is to podcastershome.com. And one thing I violate is I really should build an email list. We do have them on the real estate side, and we have the mailing list, but this new world is really changing. So if you want to help us, go to Podcasters Home, and I've taken it down, but I need to put it back up. And just sign up on the newsletter, and it'll also give notices when we have the podcast. And I'm really proud of some of the things we produce. This show itself is ranked number 3 right now in the WordPress category in iTunes. It's been as high as 2, never made 1 yet. But and we did make new and noteworthy for the first time. Had 4 shows, and that's pretty good. We made new and noteworthy with a real estate show right next to Tony Robbins. We were on the same place, same screen. Kind of cool to have that screen up. So how can you help us? First of all, my email is bill@conradteam.com. You're welcome to send email. And my phone number is 775-233-8065. And I call back. I believe in the phone still. And how can you help us? Go to iTunes and go ahead and do a rating and review on any of our shows, any of our 4 shows. Rating and reviews help. That's how we got new and noteworthy, that along with some good content. And that's sort of how it works. And good artwork too. So let's figure this Facebook out, finishing up. So any last things you want to say on this episode, and we'll open it up on the Blab?
I think another factor is people tend to run into doing the advert too quick. The copy, the landing page, the copy of the actual advert, the actual image, you should have a really bold, all the imagery on your Facebook advert should match when they go to the website, to the landing page. You've got to get all the colors, the layout, the imaging, so it all matches. And I would doubt that writing the copy for the first time for a Facebook advert, they should just do it. Leave it, go back, ask a couple of people about what they think about the copy, spend a little bit more time with the working out process before you click the button and place that advert.
Let me tell you, if you want to look at some good examples, just go into your Facebook, go on the right side, start clicking a few of them and see which ones you think work best, because they'll take you to your landing pages. That's how you learn. Amazon, of course, is the big thing. And I got one more thing to say, and I'll let you come back and finish it up, Jonathan.
Yeah, sure.
And my last question is, and maybe it's not a question, maybe a little learning point here, is in the real estate industry, and I've done a little research on this, is every once in a while you get a crazy real estate agent out there who starts clicking their opponent's advertisement on Facebook. You can actually block them on Facebook. So you can put a block in there and block certain IP addresses, certain people to come into your site.
Yeah, I'm going to provide some links in the show notes, folks, and also they'll be on the video version of this show, folks. Basically, there's a couple of tools that can show you how your competition adverts are doing, and you can actually see which adverts are getting the most response. And that can be a real, thanks for mentioning that, Bill, that can really help you find out what kind of advert is doing best with your competitors and allow you to match them and do better, Bill.
Right. And get it on their page. And in politics, you're seeing it all the time now. Hey, Jonathan, good cut. Let's finish up the show. I'm going to pause the recording here a second. And thank you for coming on. We'll be on next week, same time. First of all, tell folks when we're on. We've got, I want to mention the other shows real fast. And I can cut this at the end.
Yeah, sure.
Recording here. But we are also tomorrow night, Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. You'll meet the voter. We've already done the podcast. It's episode 26 or 27. I think just go to meet the voter, meetthevoter.com. Next week, we'll have one Facebook site up. We will be back. Let's see. We'll be back next Saturday for this show, right?
Yeah, we should be just a blab.
So we've got WordPress, we've got timelines, we've got politics, and we got real estate. The real estate show. Tell them about the real estate show. What day is that going to be next week?
That's on Thursdays.
Thursday. 5:45 this week.
It'll be 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. And who do we have on? Do you remember?
Hopefully we're going to have Jonathan Green back on, who's a top producer, really great guy. He's based in New York. He's been on the show before, and he's been, for the past couple of months, been using the Curator platform. And we're going to be asking Jonathan how it's been going working with Chris Smith and Jimmy, who are quite well known in the real estate marketing sector. And Jonathan's a great guy, and he should give us some great feedback, Bill.
In that way, it'll be a cut. So let's open it up to the Blab audience. Thank you. And the podcast is all done, folks. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my recording here. Excellent time on here. See my little recording? The overall time is 34. That means I have to go through 34 minutes of wave. That means I have to go through 34 minutes of wave to cut it down to about 23 minutes. That's a lot of cutting. The more I cut and the more I tweak out, the better that podcast gets.
Oh, great. I've always wanted to see the list of which WP shows are in the top 5. Well, you go to iTunes.
Go ahead.
You go to iTunes and you got to have iTunes on your computer or on your phone or your iPads, but then iTunes have the actual application.
So 90, that's a big one. 90, come up on 100.
Yes, Bill.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I love this.
Yeah, and the problem is, Deb, is it's around iTunes, which some people just don't like on their phone or on the Android. I'm not sure about. Am I right about this, Bill? On the Android, is there just I don't know how the Android works. On the iPhone, you actually get a separate app for podcasts. I'm not sure how the Android deals with it.
What we should probably do is you can create your own app. It costs about $100 a show, and it can be a free app. And you put it on your phone. It plays just your show and has information. It can work on both any of the.
You need to unlock the seat, Bill. Some people want to get on.
Yeah, I did. I thought I unlocked it. Oh, see, it's still locked. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm digging into iTunes right now, and you keep on talking. And I'll
yeah. So to kind of talk about, if you've got any websites that you want us to look at, we're missing John Ock this morning.
He was on earlier. I think he took off after we had fun. We had a little issue this morning. Jonathan and I have been going over fewer guests and more doing actually hardcore WordPress and then bringing people on?
So John disappeared.
Yeah, I blew him away.
He's probably trying to recover.
He's a good guy. He's good.
He's a fantastic guy, John. I love him. He's very.
So we do want to review a couple of our.
I've got some.
Let me set up the Google Hangout, I guess.
Well, look, Deb, let's look at it now. Don't be shy, Deb. Just give us the URL, and I promise not to be spiteful and nasty and be positive. But this is the time. If you're looking at developing, redoing your site, Deb, it's best to have some third-party eyes. I can tell you, Deb, that I've learned a lot from people looking at my websites. You know, some things you don't do, some things, because if you're looking at a website a lot of the time, you miss stuff. You don't even see it anymore because you're looking at it so much that, you know, it's just a fact of life, really. But if you've got any kind of Facebook questions, folks,
here I've got one first to look at in a second. Let me just pull this up real fast.
Let's go.
That's him. So this is just a place I'm sort of hanging out right now. We're going to review this website. So the website we're going to view is, I'm going to put the link in here for the show. Now, this is not real full show notes, folks. This is just where I'm parking the real estate show. Jonathan, I don't think these are up on show notes yet. You don't know it, but I put 46 and 47. I flip-flopped them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Because of the, instead of getting back on, got next week's show is actually recorded already. This was just recorded yesterday. Yeah. So if you go to, I thought, okay, Just Selling Homes will be the one we review. That's a good one. And it sort of fits in today's show because he basically is uses WordPress as this platform to sell a service to real estate agents. So we can review just site right here, Just Selling Homes. Let me see if I can flip it in here. Too bad you can't. You can pop up recordings. Heads up, it won't show in the recording or audio. Interesting. There's a link right there. So Just Showing Homes, we're going to review this site. And I should know that I can drop it in and find out what the theme is here. I'll just talk about what you see in the front and I'll look up the theme.
You put the link here. Yeah. All right.
So that's the first one. We said we would review his show. Who else did we say we review this week?
Can't remember, Bill, actually. My mind's gone to mush.
To put him down for the week.
Yeah, I was going to. So basically, this was somebody that came on our other podcast, folks, and it's Just Sell Homes. And
it's not WordPress.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
No. Oh dear, it's not WordPress.
I don't know. It's not WordPress.
Well, we don't. My only first remark, Bill, is we hit the home page and it's got a background image and it's got a bold statement, Just Sell Homes. But it's very linked to our previous discussions. Obviously, Just Sell Homes, you could actually, if you're just coming off the internet, you not sure where to start, will handle everything digital so you can. My only technical remark is that I would probably have that underneath Just Sell Homes. And it also needs to be, it's merging in the background a little bit too much. The font choice and the size, it's merging into the image, so its readability is a little bit poor. But the main thing, you could probably think this is a real estate website, but it isn't. He actually provides digital services to agents and brokers in the real estate industry. But he probably feels like we looked at Curator a few weeks ago, and their wording, they've got very
they are really strange.
They're very minimalistic, and I think that this is a trend. And what is they probably looked at their analytics, Bill, and he's looked at his analytics, and most of his traffic isn't coming from that natural search. It's either been driven through social media, from posts that he's doing on industry websites from other sources. So people are hearing about him or being recommended, and they're from the industry that he's aiming. So his wording isn't focused for the general, maybe real estate, and he's optimized the page and the keywords, so when it does show up in natural search, it only kind of really shows up when somebody's searching for help with their digital marketing in the real estate industry. Bill,
we're talking about Andrew Foliano's site. He's from Toronto, Canada, and his client are real estate people, high producers, people making more than $200,000. So he can go out and target those. You can find the people making over two. That's another thing about running a WordPress agency or any kind of agency. Now, this is not WordPress, but he is building products and services for him. He builds websites for him too. And you can go out and find those people who are making over 200,000. It's pretty easy to do. You can go on Zillow, look at the production. Yeah. You can go and real estate agents are easy to contact because they're trying to be contacted. So you can call them, you can send them email, you can get them on a list towards a personal relationship. And he's got a high dollar product. He's probably between around $20,000 and $30,000 per client is what he probably charges for the overall package. And these are real high end clients. Now, we also talked about Curator, which is in the same area here, doing the same thing. And they're not using WordPress either, are they?
Yeah, they actually do. Actually, Bill, their core technology that they offer for clients around websites, and their own website is done in WordPress, Bill. So basically, that's the main point I'm trying to make to our audience is that the layout of your website really depends on how the product you're selling and the target audience that you feel that's going to come to the website and how they're going to come to the website, and that can affect the look, the text, the first message, Bill. So when you scroll down a bit more, it says stop worrying about keeping up with your latest technology and trends. Just focus on selling homes.
Squarespace. See that?
Yeah.
I put the code in, folks. If you go right click and if you have the right plug in your browser, you can find the code behind the scene. That's actually Squarespace.
Yeah.
He's doing an agency on Square. That's unusual. Some people do that. Wow.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a great platform, folks. If for the right, it's not. I'm a WordPress junkie, but it's a very popular platform. And of these, we've discussed this before, Bill. Of these type of all-in-one solutions, they're probably one of the better ones. I'm not a great fan of Wix and Weebly, but I think they're fine, Bill, for the right solution. If you don't want to go down the WordPress route, this is probably a good option. All right. So to get back to it, and then he's got his free here kind of images. Why you need always be and these are to his latest podcast pod posts. And you go down a bit more, and you got the about.
Drop those links in where you are right now, because I lost you. I'm at home.
I'm still on the home page, scrolling down.
Okay, going down. Got you.
Right. And he has got some. He actually hasn't got any prices. He just lays out what he does.
That is strange. He's got plan prices. I wouldn't put pricing. I just say plan.
Plan, yeah, because he hasn't.
That's one thing I would make big on. Being not putting pricing on the pricing. Put plans. Plans there. Yeah.
Well, he has got a side list when you go
packet,
but it doesn't seem to be any pricing.
There's no pricing. But I do know that's why you got to get into this to understand how much it does take to run this stuff. And I was talking about that earlier with Facebook in the show, in the podcast. This fits into that, I've screwed around with Facebook and spent some money in here and there, and I really haven't got any results. But he's going to tell you how to get results, and he has similar clients across the United States and Canada. So it's like a little private group of people to really try to improve. And so his service would not be for like the newbie, right?
No, you wouldn't
get somebody already making over $100,000 a year who wants to make $200,000.
Oh, I don't know specifically what his target is, Bill.
That's what I was in real estate, and just looking at his clientele list, and it's when we talk to him, it's top producers.
So this maybe, if you've got any websites you want us to look at, Jonathan, I spent on Joomla before we come. Oh yeah, I actually, why don't you just come in and have a chat with us, dear? You know, yeah, I messed around with Joomla initially when I was looking. When I started, it was all custom design. And you did it in Dreamweaver, not the visual side, but it was the main code. And then Facebook and then Joomla and Drupal. Yeah, so I got nothing against Joomla, but I prefer.
Yeah, we like WordPress. Hey, let me show you one last thing I really, really do like. If you go under speaking, I just dropped the link in there, Jonathan. Hit that speaking link. Really, really, really like this. I think it's a perfect. In fact, I'm going to use this as one of the examples of how to set up a speaking page. I have links to a couple of different on one of my sites. I link best examples and best pages. And
where is it?
I just dropped it in there. Just hit the link down there to speaking.
This, yeah.
Or you can hit the main page on speaking. So I think that's a perfect example. He's got, speaking across the top. He still has his on the top. You still have the ability to get back to his menu, and then he talks about his speaking, a picture of him speaking, and then a little tweak from him actually speaking. I mean, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a link in, Bill. To what was that?
We can listen to it. Listen, folks, we can actually listen to this for a couple seconds, 30 seconds. This is a show. He's having problems with his journey online. That's him.
Where I am now. So a lot of what I'm talking about is either I learned from doing it when I was an agent, or
that's Andrew.
You can listen.
You have your targeting above 40,000.
Listen a couple seconds.
Like you really
it's only 2
want
minutes.
To get down. Like most of my ads are actually around 15,000 people at most are targeted by an ad. I'd rather spend, if I have a $20 budget, I'd rather do 4 different ads at $5 a piece. Very hyper specific. The more specific you are, the better results you'll get. And that's what's great about targeting. Make it as local as you can. Like if you in your area have like
this is really good
local landmarks, something that people will recognize, go with that.
Yeah. Can we go on to another?
So that's, folks, I would recommend you go and listen to his little spiel right there. That's really good.
Andrew knows his stuff. I'll put in a local college in Nevada, Bill, and they've just redone their website. And they've done a really nice job. Unfortunately, it wasn't done in WordPress. It was done in Drupal, folks, which is very popular in the higher education states, kind of large company area where WordPress can totally compete in, but Drupal has got a lot of following. And their website was extremely dated until about a couple of months ago, and they've totally revamped it. And I think they've done quite a nice job, Bill.
WGU, is that the state online course?
No, they've rebranded. It was the Western Nevada Community College of Carson City. But they've
things in education.
They've rebranded and large, and you
got a bachelor's degree available now, so it's not a JC, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've gone. Yeah,
UNR, right?
They're doing associate and bachelors
and masters.
Yeah, wow. It's changed.
We have some great systems out here in Nevada in this level. Wow.
And these type of website folks can always end up being a total nightmare. They can always end up being really very messy. But they've done a nice, they've got a nice kind of area showing the kind of student that they're trying to appeal. We welcome to the AGU, innovative and surprising affordable. So they've got their tagline, and in their tagline, they're pushing that it's surprisingly affordable. So that's what they've got, one message, and they're doing a good job. Explore degrees programs in WG. So they're not going over the top with the text, Bill, but they've got the right balance and they're getting in their core proposition straight away in front of the audience, right? And then you scroll down, teaching, IT, business, health. These are the 4 areas that they specialise in their courses, Bill. So that's clear cut, isn't it? You know, they're saying we're offering affordable.
Drop the link where you are right now.
Oh, I mean, it's still on the home page, Bill.
Okay.
You just scroll down a little bit.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And you've got teaching, IT, business, health. And
teaching.
then,
I got you right in the very head. Got it, yeah.
Got teaching, and you can click it, and it will take you to those. So if I click teaching, it takes you to a specific page that has the information if you're looking to become certified as a teacher. All right.
This is good. They've taken a JC and basically made it into Western Governors University.
And then, so you got the 4. So they've got your 4 main areas, and they've got really clean navigation there, haven't they, Bill? And then they've got some, obviously, the things that they're student-based, the research they've done are concerned. Less time, less money. So most of their student-based, Bill, are in either part-time or full-time employment.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to get a qualification that will lead to advancement as quickly as possible for as least money as possible. So that's probably what their studies, their surveys. So they've got less time, less money, better learning experience. So the student wants to do it, you know, with less time, less money, but concerned about the quality of the education that they're going to get.
Now, this is small and technical, but it's still a mistake that shouldn't be. I found the first mistake on here.
All right. Where is it, Bill?
I just dropped the link, go to the bottom of the page, and it says, watch what works. You should change that artwork, or at least make it a hot link, so you don't have to go down below and watch and click the link. It says what works. It's NBC News reports on WGU.
All right.
See the bottom?
Right at the bottom, Bill?
No, go to the bottom of that page I just dropped. Close to the bottom. It's right. It's about 5-6 inches up from the bottom, 8 inches from the bottom. It says
WGU Nevada in the news.
It's NBC reports at WGU at the bottom. Just go to the bottom. At the very bottom of that page, you see that page. It says, is WGU Nevada a good fit for you? At the very bottom, you can't miss it with the L. Just go above that. Anyway, bottom line is they have the frame for the movie, and they have a play link right in the middle of it, and it doesn't work. You have to go down below, and it says watch the video. And that's the bottom. Oh,
you're talking AG Nevada Create to help you succeed?
No, I'm talking about the NBC reports at WGU at the bottom, near the bottom of the page. That page.
Scrolling. There's a lot about the governor, and then AG News.
No, you go to the very bottom. It has degree programs. It goes learn more.
All right.
Is WGU Nevada a good fit for you? And then above that is NBC Nightly News frame.
I haven't seen it, but I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit lost there. But
go to the very bottom. Did you hit the bottom? Is blue, dark blue on that link?
Yeah, it's dark blue. Yeah, I'm in the dark blue. The footer. I'm in the footer. The
very footer, and just scroll up, and right above the owl, there's a what works. Big. You can't miss NBC News report.
Are we on the same page, Bill? I'm looking at your link
click
now.
The link down below. I just clicked it. Click the link.
Oh, right. I see it now.
Click the link.
Sorry.
And they go to the very bottom.
Oh, I was still on the home page, Bill.
Yeah, that's why I said the link, yeah. So you go down, and then you have the owl, and above that is what works.
All right. Oh, yeah, I see it doesn't
work. There's no reason to do that. They should fix that ASAP. Or not the link in there. It should be just.
But this has just gone up, and it must be a 1,000-page website, Bill. So they're probably still dealing with the minor issues that come up.
What's it cost to build something like this? You said it was.
This must have been between $30,000 and $50,000.
Wow, that's a lot of work building that.
It probably took them 6 months. They probably know their web developer, webmaster is very experienced.
Did they do it in-house, or do they contract?
I'm not sure. I think it was a mixture of both, Bill. I think it was done in-house with some external support.
Because they are a tech-based school, too. It's state school?
It's certainly enormously better than their design and development team have done a really nice job. And
That's nice.
it was, the other site was really showing its age. It was like a 5 to 7 year old website.
Now, do they have a blog on here anywhere, or is it just all information?
I think they do have a blog section. If you go back to the homepage, they do. Yeah, I think they do. It's not clear actually where the blog section is, but when I was doing a quick look around, but I think the top part, the four navigations, and then the better learning experience, superior results, and then they get flexible self-paced. I think that's fine. When you keep scrolling, then you get the political thing. You get the governor, and the governor making a statement. The video, it looks very attractive, and then you got your affiliations, the people that they're working with, and then you got get to know us, then more from the governor, and then you got your news. I just like the layout. I love the colours, the colour choices. It's very readable, folks, isn't it? The colour choices, the font, the spacing, it's all very readable, very clear, very well spaced out, the right volume. The other thing I like about it, Bill, is that they've got the H2s, they've got their titles just the right size with the right font color. And they've got the right level of information that you because it's very different medium, a website, than the print. And I think they've worked out the actual text level, which increases as you go further into the website, and they're spot on about that, Bill. So that's why I thought I would show it to you, Bill, because I think a lot of time and money has been spent on that website, and a lot of thought, and I think it shows. What do you think, Bill?
I agree 100%. ADA compliant colors, the cost of doing this. People don't realize how much work it is, like art, and it's all digital, so it can be destroyed if it's not backed up and done correctly. But it is it's a pretty powerful site, and it's fast.
Shall we go to the Nevada go to the Reno University?
UNR. Yeah, let's go to UNR and compare them. That's good. And we'll finish up for today. That'll be good.
Yeah.
That's very good. UNR, we're fortunate, I think, for higher education in Nevada compared to our side. Both UNR and Las Vegas is the core. And then what they've done, that they've taken the junior colleges and they've sort of made them now so they have higher degrees within the junior college. Very affordable. Very affordable to go to school in Nevada, believe it or not, as long as you're a resident here. And a very good education. And this is UNR, and we just put the link in there. And that's just, I can walk there in 45 minutes from my home. We live in a very beautiful place.
Yeah. So they've got, I don't actually know what technology. I'm not sure if this is done in WordPress or Drupal, actually.
Yeah.
I think they were a Drupal shop, actually, Bill.
I'll tell you in a second.
I've got a little thing on my on my other browser.
It's JavaScript.
Just give me a second. I've got a little
Java good management. I'm looking at the JavaScript right now. Java. I don't know, maybe not. All customized.
Well, with Drupal, it doesn't actually give you a lot of evidence about what it's built in. But I've got a little something that tells you here.
I've got a couple of tools I'm running through right now.
It looks like it might be ASP, which is Microsoft, actually. It looks like it was done in Microsoft, actually, and using Dreamweaver. So
Dreamweaver?
Yeah, it's fine. It's a development tool. If you're not using the visual editor, if you're just using it as a text editor, it's fine, Bill. But there used to be a Drupal house, but this looks like it might be based on Microsoft technology.
And Dreamweaver, wow.
Yeah. So this is a very large website. They've got 2 full-time developers on staff, and they also utilize the services of And it's morphed a lot over the years, folks. They've got this, which is very popular. They've got this background video playing in their hero before the cut, and then they've got their statement, the University of Nevada, Reno.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about that, because isn't it pretty evident? It's I maybe would have had it. I'm not sure if I would have used, because it's pretty obvious you're going on to the University of Reno. So they got that, and then one of the nation's top public research universities, yet small enough to connect with your president. So obviously they've done their research. So people are looking. The research is important, but it's small enough so it's still personable. That must be things. And then you got 3 buttons underneath: national tier 1 education, vibrant campus experience, meaningful opportunity. It, like I say, you've got the video, but the text is clearly readable, isn't it, Bill? I would say. And then you've got these 3 buttons, which are the 3 propositions that they research their target audience, which I would suppose are students looking to go to the university, what's important to them. And then they plug this national tier 1 education again, Bill. So they're really plugging that hard. And then they provide some figures. What does this mean for you? So they're, where a lot of people with websites go wrong, folks, is they talk about themselves. That's deadly.
Well, they are talking about themselves here.
Well, they're talking about what their target audience.
Well, what does this mean to you? They're trying to target the audience, what it means.
What does it mean to you? It means they have a broad range of degree. So
and when they're
founded, national merit score, degree program. So these are I would suppose these are the things that they feel that their target audience want to know, and would encourage them to look into coming to this university when they're on a short list. So that's what and I would say the other thing is nice colour choices. I personally don't like. I think the actual Western, it used to be called the Western Community College.
It's not a college, community college anymore.
No, I actually like it more than this. But you can still see in this website that the spacing, the choice of headers, the amount of text that they're showing you, and as you scroll down, and so as you scroll down, they got like the student, the meaningful opportunities.
Let's listen to this for a second. That's their site. That's pretty loud, isn't it? They got,
you just deafened me, Bill.
That's them pushing up. You can do that. What I just did, let me show you, folks. What you can do, there's, in the broadcasting world, there's looms. There's rules and regulations about what you can do. Online, there's none. So that's why the that's why your Roku and all those TVs can push the commercials up. So I just hit their one of their sites, and that's what popped up right there. I just put the link in, and that came up on their site. I don't want to play it because it's too loud.
No, that was just too loud, wasn't it? That was ridiculous.
Tell me real fast. I'm going to do a test real fast. I don't think this will work, but is it still loud? Let's see if this is loud. That's still loud. Let me turn it off.
Yeah, very loud.
So that didn't work. No, I don't think there's any way I can adjust that sound from my side.
Very annoying, isn't it?
It's too loud.
So I think we wrap up now, Bill, but I thought I'd show a couple of educational sites because they normally have a lot of money and time spent on them. And could you see that in both sites with their layout, the colours, and how they're used? You get to a lot of people's sites and they've just got too much on their home page. They haven't spaced it out enough.
Right. So anyway, I think that's a wrap for today. I've got my work. Now, remember, I got 2 more hours to get this podcast worked on. That's what show notes.
Yeah, I'll get the notes up this afternoon, Bill.
Also, just let me pause. Just a side note, did you...
Bill's website to fill in a very quick form. And that's it, really. We schedule it. I've had the quick chat. They filled the form in and we're ready to go. So we don't ask too much from them, do we, Bill?
No, and if they don't have the form filled out, unless they're like a really top person like Quish Mullenweg or somebody, but even them, everybody should fill. Even the top folks should fill out the form. It only takes 5 minutes.
Well, they're gonna have somebody that do it for
And
them.
they have somebody that'll do it. Yeah, I'm tired because after 500 podcasts and making some good numbers, having success, and when someone gets on my show, one of my timelines, it boosts their numbers. It doesn't. It does okay for me, but I'm getting more critical now of what works, what doesn't work, time management, things of that nature.
So it's not overly. I have a little chat with them, folks, for 5 minutes at most, just to see, so they understand what the show's about. Check the sound quality and if they've used Blab before, because when you first come on Blab, it can be really confusing about how you set up your camera. So I go through that little icon in the address bar and how it basically works, and I check out their sound. Then they go over to Bill, and we're rocking and rolling. And it normally works, doesn't it, Bill?
I don't think anyone was up here in an earlier show, but we had someone come on.
Don't go there, Bill.
I'm saying someone come on, and to tell you the truth, this show is probably too long on the recorded part on the Blab. And Blab also, the sound has a lot of clicks. If you listen to the WordPress.
I think bunning it out on YouTube, but having a short YouTube as well. So if you send
one, we just did a 10-minute YouTube.
If you send both, because I'm a host, I'll get this automatically. But if you send me the Google Hangout through Dropbox, I'll bun them both on WP-Tonic. I will.
And use iTunes for all your reference for the numbers.
Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll get that sorted out for the other show tomorrow. But what I do is, if you send those, I'll get them up. And what I do is I get the notes ready this afternoon for the WP-Tonic, so it's all set up ready for you, Bill.
Okay. Hey, everybody. It's been a long Saturday morning. It's been interesting for those who hung in there.
Yes, the same it's been interesting, Bill, would be it's always interesting with you, Bill. It's always interesting.
All right. Take care. See you.
Bye.